A bombshell that literally threatens to permanently destroy one of Atlanta's most famous music dynasties has surfaced just when you thought the hip-hop world couldn't be any more turbulent. Reports of a catastrophic altercation between Tay's youngest son, King Harris, and the famed gun-it mogul 50 Cent have caused complete chaos on social media. 50 Cent is said to have taken the ultimate personal hit by saying that Tay's wife, Tiny Harris, had a covert night with him and is now purportedly expecting his child. According to these viral allegations that are going viral on all platforms, as fans attempt to comprehend the notion of a betrayal so profound that it verges on a reality TV nightmare. The internet is reeling from the sheer boldness of these reports. After these allegations made headlines, King Harris, who is well known for his outspoken and frequently careless online persona, was reportedly spotted crying during a recent live stream. His detractors were shocked, while his admirers were devastated. According to the headlines, 50 Cent is no longer merely trolling. Instead, he is making accusations that have the potential to completely destroy the Harris family. People are wondering if this is the ultimate retaliation for the recent back and forth between the two sides, or if there is a more sinister reality that is only now coming to light behind the scenes. The talk is dominated by rumors of DNA testing and covert hotel meetings, putting T in a difficult situation, where he must stand up for his wife and his legacy against his worst adversary. The emotional stakes have never been greater. We are diving into the center of this storm tonight, examining the allegations, the emotions, and the possible consequences of a controversy that has everyone wondering if the Harris family will ever be able to move past such a terrible setback. Keep checking back as we dissect every startling element of these reports that have completely upended the hip-hop industry. These reports have lit up the public opinion arena, implying that the long-standing conflict between the Harris family and the GI unit leader has taken a dark turn that resembles a scene from a Greek play. The story that is making the rounds on the internet depicts a terrible evening in which 50 Cent purportedly says he met Tiny Harris in a way that nobody could have predicted. According to reports, the Harris household is completely collapsing as a result of the aftermath. These widely circulated rumors claim that King Harris was totally unprepared when the news began to appear on his feed while he was getting ready for a music video shoot. According to the account, 50 Cent went for the jugular by implying that he and Tiny had spent a private evening together, which led to a pregnancy that would permanently unite the two opposing families. Social media users started posting videos of King Harris supposedly crying during what was meant to be a joyous live feed for his fans. As these rumors gathered traction, because King has always been his mother's fiercest protector and frequently engages in intense online battles to uphold her honor, the emotional stakes are said to be at an all-time high of 80. It is said that hearing such an intimate and startling assertion from his father's primary adversary was enough to cause him to lose it emotionally. According to the accounts, he was spotted looking at his phone in shock, his eyes watering as others asked if the rumors about his mother were real in the comment area. The teenage rapper, who typically exudes an air of untouchable arrogance, startled fans with his sensitivity. According to the claims, the Harris family was supposedly put into a state of complete disarray behind the scenes while he tried to maintain his cool in front of his associates and demanded explanations. According to reports, King yelled at his mother while crying. How could she let 50 Cent even get close enough to make such a claim? The exchange is nothing short of combustible. According to accounts, Tiny was distraught by the allegations and found it difficult to console her kid while insisting that these stories were merely a premeditated hit. As the reality of the situation started to seep in, their home was said to be filled with distrust and grief. According to the sources, 50 Cent intensified his remarks by sharing cryptic messages regarding family get-togethers and new members of the G-Unit squad, which only fueled the flames. These allegations are giving the Harris family's detractors a field day, implying that the years of reality TV turmoil have now come up with them in the most agonizing way imaginable. Supporters of T and Tiny, on the other hand, claim that bringing someone's wife and a purported unborn kid into a beef is a line that can never be passed and are labeling this a horrible low moment in rap history. According to the news sources, King Harris felt as though his entire world was spinning while he attempted to reconcile the scandalous story that 50 Cent was pushing and the image of his mother. He allegedly confided in his close pals that he felt as though he was living in a nightmare in which he could see the headlines making fun of his family name whenever he closed his eyes. King's emotional struggle is characterized as a struggle between his devotion to his mother and the continual uncertainty that frequently arises when a narrative gets so loud. According to the allegations, he was pacing his room and only spoke to his father, who was apparently in a quiet wrath. According to the discussion that has been circulated, T advised his son to remain strong and prevent the enemies from seeing him bleed. But anyone who witnessed King's purported emotional collapse could already sense the harm to his spirit. The sources go on to describe a string of acrimonious phone conversations between different inner circle members as they attempted to determine whether the rumor of a covert night spent together was true. According to some accounts, a hotel voucher that purportedly showed 50 Cent and a woman who fit Tiny's description checking in at approximately the same time was released. However, these claims are still unconfirmed and quite contentious. Fans are deeply divided just by the presence of these allegations. Some say they anticipated this, while others completely support Harris. No young man should have to bear the emotional load of a possible new sibling under these circumstances. Especially in front of millions of people, King apparently felt the burden of his father's heritage as he came to understand that this was now about the sanctity of his home rather than just a rap feud. According to the story, he was observed sobbing because he felt powerless in the face of the ridicule he was receiving on all social media sites, including Instagram and TikTok. According to the accounts, King Harris was not retaliating with threats or insults for the first time. Rather, it was simply a son's pain for his parents and his life's security. When rumors of a possible legal battle emerged, with Tiny purportedly getting ready to launch a huge lawsuit for emotional anguish and defamation, the scenario took an even more dramatic turn. The public's curiosity and the Harris family's anxiety were only heightened when 50 Cent allegedly dismissed these threats and claimed to have the receipts to support his claims. As they dealt with the consequences from 50 Cent's bombshell, T and Tiny reportedly stayed in different wings of their house, indicating that their tension had reached a breaking point. According to reports, King got caught in the thick of his parents' argument, attempting to act as a mediator but ultimately failing. An outsider who knows exactly where to strike to inflict the greatest suffering is besieging a family empire in the story that is being reported. Tiny's emotional stakes are said to be especially high because she must interact with the public, shaming of her character while attempting to shield her kids from the poisonous circumstances. She reportedly confided in her pals that she was devastated by the suffering it was inflicting her youngest son and that she never thought 50 Cent would go this far, because it humanizes a young man who is frequently portrayed in the media as a villain. The reports of King's tears have taken center stage in the entire controversy. Even some of his sharpest detractors have allegedly taken a step back and questioned whether the internet has gone too far this time after witnessing him broken down in such a way. According to the claims, the Harris family is currently on lockdown and won't participate in any formal interviews. However, leaks from their employees point to a fearful and insecure household. Allegations of inadequate security and inquiries about who might have allowed 50 Cent to get so near in the first place are included in the conversation. According to reports, King feels guilty about his part in the conflict and questions whether his earlier remarks about the 50 Cent's family set off this terrible reprisal. According to the story, he was overheard saying that if he could take everything back, his mother wouldn't have to endure this kind of public disgrace. According to the sources, King's health is beginning to suffer as a result of the emotional toll. He is reportedly losing sleep and withdrawing more and more from his regular social groups. Many people who have watched the Harris family for years are struck by the betrayal of a tranquil home life for a sensationalized news story. According to the sources, this is the ultimate test of their relationship, and everyone is watching to see if they will come out stronger or if this will be the last blow that permanently destroys the empire. According to the story, King Harris, who was allegedly shown in a second emotional video, is experiencing severe psychological stress as a result of the consequences from 50 Cent. Despite her team's insistence that it was a regular issue, 50 Cent reportedly continued to taunt, claiming that he would cover the cost of the best doctors for his purported child. King is apparently reluctant to post on social media or even return calls from his siblings, and the conversation coming from his camp is one of loneliness and profound depression. According to the claims, he told a relative that he believed the entire pack was being destroyed because his mother had allowed a wolf into their home. For the Harris family, the emotional stakes have never been higher. According to the sources, their marriage is essentially finished, and the only thing holding them together is the necessity to handle the PR catastrophe. According to reports, King Harris believes that although everyone else is attempting to maintain a facade of strength, he is the only one being open about how much suffering this is inflicting. According to the story, 50 Cent even created a GoFundMe campaign in jest for the purported baby's education fund. which has garnered millions of likes and further embarrassed King internationally. According to accounts, the young musician was spotted crying uncontrollably and staring up at the sky late at night in a parking lot. Even his most ardent detractors have been moved to sympathy by this incident. In the dialogue, King asks why his family must constantly be at the heart of these conflicts and why they can't just be normal for once. According to the article, King Harris has undergone a profound transformation as a result of this controversy, evolving from a boisterous and combative adolescent into a silent, shattered young man who is merely seeking an escape. The situation's emotional stakes are likened to a ticking time bomb that will explode the instant any formal test results are released. According to the claims, T is in a condition of perpetual lockdown and won't talk to the media. However, it is said that the distance between him and his kid devastates him behind the scenes. According to reports, King told his father that he couldn't look at him without realizing that he had failed to keep their house safe from a predator. Like 50 Cent, according to the story, the Harris family is now a ghost of what it once was, with the rumors of a secret night energy unit baby looming over them like a never-ending black cloud. A broader discussion about the morality of online trolling and whether there should be boundaries when it comes to families and children has been sparked by the tales of King's breakdown. King Harris's personal suffering serves as a sobering reminder that even the most well-known individuals are susceptible to the anguish of betrayal and the burden of public humiliation. According to the reports, the Harris family's relationship and reputation have been irreversibly damaged, regardless of the facts, and they are at the end of the road. In hip-hop culture, the narrative of the secret night, the tears, and the purported pregnancy has become the year's pivotal moment. Everyone is left wondering how much more a family can withstand before breaking under the strain of the headlines. Everyone is left wondering where the line should be set when it comes to family privacy and cyber warfare. Because this whole situation is so tragic. Although there have been beefs in the hip-hop industry in the past, nothing compares to current reports that claim a mother and an unborn kid are being used as the ultimate weapons to ruin a legacy. There is no doubting the genuine suffering we are witnessing from King Harris, regardless of whether you accept the allegations made about 50 Cent and Tiny Harris or believe this is a master study in psychological trolling. It serves as a reminder that there are genuine feelings and a family that is allegedly struggling to survive behind the dramatic headlines and viral videos. We would want to know what you think about this whole mess of a situation. Do you believe that 50 Cent's inclusion of a family's tranquility has now gone too far? Or do you think that in order to dispel these rumors, the Harris family must be honest? What are your thoughts about King Harris's emotional response? And after such a big scandal, do you believe he will ever be able to rebuild his relationship with his parents? We are reading anything you have to say, so leave a comment below and let's start a serious discussion. If you would like to remain informed when additional reports emerge and the truth eventually becomes apparent, make sure to click the like button immediately to be the first to know when the next update in this developing drama is released. Subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications. We appreciate you coming along for this in-depth look. And we'll see you in the upcoming video as we continue to follow the biggest stories in the business. According to the story, as the night went on and the reality of the situation started to sink in for everyone who lived there, the silence within the Harris estate grew even more terrible. The second wave of the fight, according to these viral accusations, began when T allegedly realized that the video of the kiss wasn't just a random fan recording but was being marketed by 50 Cent himself with a description that implied a long-term romance had been simmering in the background. According to the story being promoted online, Tiny was allegedly getting ready to leave when T barged into the guest wing. Furthermore, the conversation that ensued was considerably more heated than what had taken place at the venue backstage. According to eyewitnesses or people close to the domestic staff, T was yelling about how he had stood up for her through all of the scandals and rumors, only for her to give his worst adversary the final win on a silver platter. Tiny allegedly informed him that his protection felt more like a cage, and that she was sick of being the collateral damage of his ego. Without even stopping to gather her belongings, fierce conflicts with other men in the field, since there was no opportunity for compromise or an apology for the first time in their marriage, emotional stakes were said to be at an all-time high. According to the sources, Tay's rage was stoked by the thousands of alerts he received from people who called him derogatory names and made fun of his position as the King of the South. He allegedly informed Tiny that she had ruined the reputation they had established for their kids, and that she had turned into the precise thing they had always opposed: a betrayer of the hustle. According to the reported exchange, Tiny looked him in the eyes and declared that she wasn't a traitor but rather a woman who had finally woken up and saw that 50 Cent was the only one who truly viewed her as a unique person, rather than merely an extension of the Harris name. Tay allegedly lost his cool and began demanding to know if there was more to her relationship with 50 Cent than just a public kiss after this comment, which he described as being like a physical blow. According to the stories, Tiny's silence at that precise moment was the most heartbreaking response he could have received, and it sparked another furious outburst that reverberated throughout the mansion's halls. These rumors, which imply that the betrayal may go far deeper than a single viral moment and that the foundations of their home have been rotting for a long time, have completely horrified fans. According to the press accounts, King Harris was caught in the midst of this emotional storm, pleading with his mother to deny it while simultaneously attempting to calm his father, but the damage had already been done. Since King has always admired his mother's devotion and his father's fortitude, the emotional struggle is described as a complete nightmare. He was now witnessing their disappearance in real time. According to the reports, 50 Cent kept stoking the flames by sharing additional cryptic texts and even implying that Tiny had initiated contact with him to arrange the entire meeting. According to the story, Ted launched a second verbal assault after learning that Tiny was a double agent who had been planning his demise for months while sharing a bed with him. According to the discussion that has gone viral, T told her that he would ensure that she was removed from his legacy's history, but Tiny allegedly laughed and reminded him that she was the one who maintained that legacy while he was abroad. The staff was apparently instructed to remain in their apartments as the Harris, and the scene was characterized as a complete disintegration of a family unit. Parents quarreled over everything, including possession of their joint company endeavors and their money accounts, as they witnessed the reality of their favorite pair being split apart by a man who has made a profession out of destroying empires. The viewers' emotional stakes are